So hi everybody, Simon Pimenta here. Someone in the group asked me if I'd make a short video or talk about pacing when you're in a dip. So I've got a few thoughts to share. I'm going to share some slides. So what we've got to think about is when our energy is low, we've got to do three things. Number one, avoiding depleting our energy any further. Number two, conserving our energy, thinking about strategies for conserving energy. And number three, thinking about how we're going to boost our energy and how this relates to pacing. Okay, so I want you to imagine that this is your energy bucket. Obviously, when you're in a dip, your energy is very low. What I realized is that when I had ME/CFS, there were times when I was doing stuff that was actually depleting my energy. I would generate stress, worry, I'd catastrophize, be frustrated with myself. There were other times when I was doing things that actually boosted my energy. So I was managing to generate calm, patience, compassion towards myself, a sense of trust that things would get better. And these two different behaviors had a marked effect on my energy levels and my ability to do things. So obviously, if I stressed myself, then literally I would, drain my energy bucket of any energy. If I conversely just did those useful things, then my energy would actually start to build over time and I was able to go back to what I was doing previously. So the state we are in has a profound effect on our energy, our thinking, our digestion, our immune system, and our sleep function. So when we're generating stress, these things are suppressed. And actually when we're generating calm, these things are boosted. So a few steps. Number one, we've really got to ensure that when we are actually resting, we're getting quality rest. I've actually made a video on the topic of ME/CFS and rest where I talk about what rest is, what rest isn't. So check out that video, because otherwise I'm just repeating myself. It's on YouTube. Second thing we need to do is really quieten our mind. So what I've learned is that when I'm in a stressed state, I don't make good quality decisions. So if I was trying to pace myself when I was stressed, I wasn't able to tune into what my body actually needed. Whereas when I was in a more calm state, I was able to tune in. I was able to intuit what my body needed. It might be, oh, actually, I'm just going to do Qigong for a minute and I'll do that a few times during the day. Or it might be, actually, I can walk for a few minutes and I'd know when to stop, when to come home. And if I did that for a day or two, I did start to notice that I would start to feel better and come out of the dip. One of the things is that if we are generating a lot of indecision, shall I do it, shan't I do it? That in itself can be exhausting. And it's better to make a decision and maybe it turns out it's not the right decision, but we made that decision. What is important is how we respond to making a decision that we thought actually on reflection that wasn't the right decision. Going back to the early slide, if we just start stressing about the fact that we've made a mistake, that is just going to deplete our energy. If we just are calm, compassionate towards ourselves and say, okay, maybe that wasn't the right decision, but I can learn from that, then we are going to move forward. The next thing I want to talk about is cultivating those useful states. So cultivating calm, patience, trust, compassion towards ourselves. That if we are generating those states, then that is going to support our body's recuperation, meaning that in a few days' time, then we are going to start to feel a bit better and we are going to be able to do more. So we also need to be able to break the pattern of boom and bust. And again, I've made a video on this topic, which is on YouTube, 6 tips for beating boom and bust. So check out that video. When I was at my worst, there wasn't really times when I was completely bedbound. Although I did spend a lot of time lying in bed, I would get up each day and go downstairs and have my breakfast, lunch and dinner. So I appreciate that if you are very poorly and you don't feel you can do those things, that's understandable. But that's why it's important that those earlier points I made, which is making sure you get quality rest and you're actually quietening your mind, are really vital. So I am going to be doing 2 webinars this week on the topic on this slide: why zebras, black cab drivers and a French physiologist shed light on what could be the missing piece of the ME CFS puzzle. And I'll be exploring these topics in more detail, particularly how our energy, thinking, digestion, immune system, sleep can be suppressed by our state, by the state that we're in. And I will be talking about what I think are the 6 crucial pieces that we need to have in place in order to move forward. So the first of these webinars is going to be at 5 p.m. GMT on Thursday, the 28th of March, and the second one at 9 a.m. GMT on Friday, the 29th of March. So I will add a link below this video. If you want to join me on one of those webinars, click the link and you can sign up for either the Thursday or the Friday webinar. So do leave any comments, be interested in your thoughts on this topic. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.